So hi, I'm Rui Pereira. I'm a creative technologist at Google. I'm presenting here a little bit of a journey, and I'm really happy to be at ARiA. It's my second AR in action, and I'm really happy to present this little bit of a journey that I'm going to talk about. So my journey starts with a rock, or a stick, or maybe a piece of bone, and that being used to affect something else. So that became probably one of the first tools. And that made us, or became a big part of us being humans. Because from that moment onward, our search began to find new tools and more tools to extend our reach, to augment our powers. And together with us augmenting our powers, we also extended our capabilities. We looked at technology to give us not only ways of augmenting our senses, but by doing that, it also changed the perception of our world and let us explore it from the tiniest scale to the largest and infinite universes. We're no longer creatures of 5 senses or 6, but of hundreds. Microscopes and X-rays have allowed us to look deep into our bodies and discover new worlds, while telescopes allowed us to actually look further and further away into the skies. We extended our hearing, and we can now listen from the fringes of the ultrasound to the edges of the infrasound, and we can take the pulse and sense our planet, but at the same time, we can listen to something as poetic or beautiful as the song of a humpback whale. We also can sense and feel molecular forces. And thanks to spectral analysis, we can even sniff stars and know what they're made of. So when computers came, they also brought us a new dimension of possibilities. And with those, they allowed us to visualize and make complexity tangible. We can now easily take, and for quite a few decades actually, abstract and mathematical and abstract representations, and we can look at them, we can manipulate them, see the result of that manipulation, and nowadays we can probably even, some of them, synthesize them. When we think of all these things that are happening and that have been happening, we're now in an exciting time where we can not only explore these worlds and these powers and augmentations, but literally attach them to our own reality. And for AR to happen, there's 3 things that need to occur at the same time. We need to have 2 layers, a digital and a real or physical, and we need to blend them. We also need that to happen in real time, and we need the system to understand time and our actions so we can create interaction. And we need the system to understand space. We really need the system to understand the physical layer, to track it, to create registration points or anchors, and so we can place our augmentations. And I think that we are now at a point that's really, really interesting, because more than all these 3 things, we actually are in a hot pot situation that we can bring the 2 layers that we talked about blending are existing simultaneously more than ever. Everything we do, if it's not digital, it's going to be digitized at some point. We also have now the algorithms to bring and to fuse all this sensor data, all this digital information, and not only understand context, but actually infer intent. And we can do this using not only machine learning, but also the processing power that we can find from cloud. So we also have now systems that have a human scale understanding of space and motion. We have systems that can understand not only where we are, but how we move and where we're looking at. And we've seen this throughout this conference over and over. So with all these tools, we can now create these magic windows, these magic lenses that can reveal whole new worlds in our reality. We can easily see the invisible. We can reveal invisible layers. We can look at products or objects and reveal their hidden layers. We can take a peek under the hood, or we can see and explode objects and see how they're made of and what they are made of. We can also give life to objects. We can bring personalities and consciousness to the objects, and we can even bring contextual assistance into where they belong, to the object itself and not a separate reality. We can also use these magic windows to navigate the impossible. And we can do that without leaving our room. We can use our room to really be an anchor to open portals to other virtual realities. And we can make the abstract tangible. We can visualize the complex in situ, in the context, in where we need to preview it in place and also in real size. We can definitely unlock content in space. We have now tools that can bridge our online and our digital activity back into the physical world. And if we can use and read the space, then we can also write to space, and we can leave our marks in the physical world. So we can definitely use the space and create spatial storytelling experiences, and use the space as pages on a book. So going back to our fantastic piece of rock, augmentations are not new. They've been a long-time role of technology, and with augmented reality, it's not only a reality that we are augmenting, but our perception of the world. We're augmenting ourselves. And we are now at a point we can definitely and should be thinking of how we want to do this. In this noisy world that we live at, sometimes we don't really want to see or hear more, but actually less. And less by actually be more. So maybe what we need is not, or our superpower that we're looking for is not a vastly augmented reality, but actually a reality that can be diminished, that can be focused, and we can use the filters for this focus, the intent and the context. And that will become maybe our ancient wish for a superpower. So I finished this talk with a question: what is the superpower you're looking for? Thank you.